how a wayward Roman youth called Duro stumbled into the Roman legion on a sunny, ill-omened day in August and found himself there for life. Duro lived during the very apex of Roman power and global influence. Having been born in the second year of the 2nd century CE, that is, 102 CE, Duro was the only one of 5 children born to his father to have survived childhood, who found himself in his teens getting bored with his father's sleepy tavern business and drifting into the more alluring, though fairly lethal, Roman criminal underworld. And it is here, in the year 119 CE, in the 2nd year of the famous Emperor Hadrian's reign, that we find young Duro, now 17 years old and a full Roman citizen, running for his life. You may be wondering why we find these infuriated goons might be chasing young Duro and his best friend Varro down the streets of the Aventine with murderous intent this fine morning. Well, it might have something to do with the fact that Duro, as a part of his initiation to join the gang of a local crime boss called Evander, set fire to a highly combustible apartment complex, committing the crime of arson, not an uncommon corruption in those days. Arson was a high-stakes game. If you controlled the local fire brigade, as did Evander, you could extort the distraught owners of the burning building for prompt payment to put out the fire. Or you could offer to buy the burning buildings at criminally low prices. But lighting buildings on fire with insufficient guile, such as in broad daylight and lacking a credible alibi, could get you killed.
Get the little maggots.
Come on, faster, Varro, keep up! I'm trying, Duro! I'm running as hard as I can! I'm scared!
Duro, being inexperienced at lighting urban dwellings on fire, was overzealous, and the fire had spread quickly and most unluckily into the properties of a rival crime boss who was not so easily intimidated. At this moment, Duro no longer worried whether he'd pleased Evander, the local crime boss with whom he had sought to curry favor, in order to join the ranks of his gang. Now, instead, he wondered if he'd live to see another day.
Varro, you've got to run faster! Follow me into the Emporium, we can lose them in there! Duro, they're gaining on me! Varro and I have been friends all our lives, and he never could run as fast as me.
Like to set fires, do ya, punk? Around here there's rules, see? Burn down our building, we make you pay, punk! And today, you'll pay with blood. Don't let the other one get away!
Having grown up in Rome's Aventine, Duro knew his way around the many twists and turns of the Aventine, and how to make himself scarce. If he could just cut through the town square and across the triad of Ceres, he might just be able to lose them.
The mighty Hadrian seeks able-bodied young men to apply to join his glorious imperial legions. Rome's enemies never sleep. Sons of Rome, citizens, Do you think you have the backbone to stand against Rome's enemies, to win glory and honor for your family, for your name, for your emperor? Well, citizen, do you think you have what it takes to march for Rome?
Duro lied that day that he was 18, but the centurion in charge of the recruitment that day wasn't going to make a fuss. He'd observed Duro outrun a violent street gang, which showed at least a working instinct for self-preservation, and so Duro signed his name and received 3 gold coins, and thereby joined the ranks of the world's first professional army, and arguably the most formidable fighting force in the world.
Stand firm! Forward! To the front lines!
And for one glorious moment, Duro swelled with pride, envisioning the newfound respect he would get wearing the famous crimson, the color of 3-day-old blood, the color of fear.
Soldier, will you stand at attention when I inspect a line?
Sir!
And did I command you to lean lazily on your shield?
No, sir!
And did I command you to remove your helmet, which was designed by Ares himself to keep you alive?
Sir, I was tired, sir.
You were tired, you say? A perfectly valid excuse for a fool who wishes to sleep with the worms in the cold dirt of Britannia. Soldier, pick up your helmet, put it on, and stand at attention before you learn what a son of a bitch I can really be. Listen now, soldiers of Rome, and listen well. The Celsa Britannia, where you have won the great fortune to be stationed, are clever, murderous bastards, patient, vigilant, and restless in pursuit of careless mistakes. Remove your helmet while on duty, and sure as the sun will set on your miserable life, you will catch a stone slung from a hidden adversary right between your eyes. And now, so you remember this lesson well, and not soon forget it. For every second you lean on your shield, I will reward you with 10 lashes. Does that sound agreeable to you, soldier?
Why?
I said, do you find that agreeable?
Sir! Yes, sir!
And for every time you remove your helmet on duty, 10 more. Agreeable?
Sir, yes, sir!
Ah, yes. Duro had nothing to fear from the criminals of Rome's Aventine. Now, he had something new to fear. It was something all young recruits to the Roman army learned to fear, instinctively gritting their teeth at the very sight of it. It was the vine staff of the seasoned centurion. By signing his name, Duro had signed up for a 25-year career in the Imperial Army. And if he survived his 25 years honorably, he would be rewarded with a plot of land upon which to retire, the opportunity to take a wife, and a decent pension by contemporary standards. Unlike arson, this was a respectable career path. Like arson, a dangerous game. 25 years in the Roman Legion was a very long time. And during this 25 years, Duro would become acquainted with a great many opportunities to die. Duro's chances of seeing that fabled Roman military pension were about 50-50, given the fact that Pollux and his goons would certainly have murdered Duro in the Aventine that very morning. One must confess, Duro chose acceptable odds.